pianist you see on center stage right there is Ariel Wang, class of 21. That recording is from her performance at the Eastern Music Festival this past summer as the winner of their Concerto competition. She's been studying piano since she was 2 years old, but it's not the only instrument that she plays at a high level. Here's live associate Lexie Mariano with the story.
Thank you. Those of us on campus might know Ariel as the principal flutist in the chamber orchestra, or as a pianist in chamber groups. She takes flute lessons with Andover flute instructor Megan Jacoby, and takes piano lessons off campus at the New England Conservatory. What you might not know is that her piano career first started when she was just 2 years old.
I'm the first person in my family to be doing music, really. I went to school in Shanghai, and my kindergarten was founded by a Chinese pianist, so everyone was required to take piano. So then from when I was 2, I took piano in school, and then I just never quit it because I already spent so much time on it by the time I graduated kindergarten. So yeah, that's how I started piano.
Ariel started playing in competitions when she was 7 years old. She started playing flute when she was 9, at first seeking to join her school's band. Since then, she's won a multitude of high-level awards. She's won top prizes in the Canadian Music Competition, the Shanghai International Piano Festival, and Hong Kong International Music Festival. She's performed 6 times as a solo pianist or flutist with orchestras, including the Vancouver and Waltham Philharmonics.
Yeah, it's my favorite part of being a musician, playing as a soloist with orchestras, because I feel like you have a really big part, and it's just, you feel part of the music when you play with orchestra, so it's my favorite part, yeah.
In July, Ariel participated as a pianist in the Eastern Music Festival, a 5-week program in North Carolina with 2 student orchestras and 14 pianists. In the end, 5 soloists across all instruments were selected as winners of its concerto competition. Ariel was one of them, getting a chance to play with the orchestra as a soloist.
As a pianist, we have seminars and we take lessons, and the faculty there are really kind and really helpful and taught me a lot just over the 5 weeks. As a pianist, I wasn't in the orchestra, so it meant a lot to me when I got to play with orchestra and be in the rehearsals. I played Rachmaninoff's Second Piano Concerto, which is a really gorgeous concerto. I think it's pretty difficult, but it's really emotional and that's the fun part of it, especially with orchestra because of such the grandeur. You feel a lot, you feel very big as an instrument.
But winning the EMF Concerto competition wasn't Ariel's proudest achievement this summer. That instead is her selection by the Canadian Broadcast Corporation for their 2019 30 Hot Canadian Classical Musicians Under 30 list. She was listed as both a pianist and a flutist. The website's bio of her cites her playing in the Phillips Academy Chamber Orchestra, attending the prestigious Tanglewood Institute for Flute, and her Eastern Music Festival win. Here are her and her flute instructor, Megan Jacoby's thoughts on her making the list.
I didn't expect it. The list is full of so many good people, and people I look up to when I read their stuff, and it's so funny. It's so fun that I get to be there and people get to read about me and I get to share my accomplishments.
I was pleasantly surprised. She sent me a text this summer and said, "Dr. Jacoby, look, I got on this list." And it was extremely impressive because she's so young. I mean, if you think of people all the way up to age 30, most of them were well into their 20s, and she's on that list.
So what makes her so special as a musician? Her flute instructor and fellow student musicians weigh in.
Got the sense when I first met her that she was extremely driven, and she asked me in the first few lessons, what are some opportunities that I can do for youth orchestras or competitions? So right away I knew that she was really eager to get better. To become a musician, there's, of course, we want some bit of talent, but that only goes so far, so you really need the work ethic and you need the determination and the motivation, and she has all of those things.
I think the amount of effort she puts into her playing and the virtuosity she displays during not just performance but also in rehearsal really sets her apart from other pianists.
Yeah, and the fact that she plays 2 instruments, the piano and the flute, at such a high level is amazing.
So what's next for Ariel Wang, pianist and flutist? In November, she'll perform at Carnegie Hall for a competition she won in June. In the future, Even though she doesn't want to solely focus on music, she hopes that it will continue to be a big part of her life.
I really hope there's a way I could keep it in my life the way that it is now, where it's a really big part of my life, but it's definitely not the only thing I focus on. I have a lot of interests that don't relate to music at all, but music is always, the lessons that it has taught me has carried me through everything else. But I hope when I go to college and when I'm an adult and I have a job, like I can practice and be able to share it the way that I do now. I don't know if that's possible, but that would be my dream.
Lexie Mariano reporting.